Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to do a little bit of talking about some filters we've got on hand, so let's get started. So we've got a trip coming up to the beach, and as you guys know, I have switched from Canon to Lumix, so there's a lot of stuff to be switched, and filters are one of them. So the one thing I knew that I needed for sure was the ND filter. So I've got a K&F ND filter right here. I'll leave a link down below. I think it is a 9-stop filter. It's pretty variable. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it out. I don't know how good it is yet. We'll find out once we get to Florida. But the 67mm is very common across the Lumix lenses, like my 50 and so on. Even my 28 to 70 Sigma is a 67mm, so one filter will fit most of my lenses. Now, the filter that I want to talk about now is one that causes a little bit of controversy. This is a K&F filter also. This is a UV filter. Now, I can hear the comments already, and I've been on both sides of this argument. Some people love UV filters. They protect your lenses if they fall. They're UV filter. There's lots of reasons to like a UV filter. And then on the other hand, you'll hear somebody say, well, why would I take a $5,000 piece of glass and put a $20 piece of glass in front of it? It could cause, color shift. It could cause clarity issues. It could cause a lot of issues, and I guess it could. I shot a few pictures, not many, only 4. Not enough to get a real answer from, but we'll take a look at them in just a second. But I believe that you could put me at a table with somebody who was pro filters. I could sit over here and be anti filters and argue that, and then we could do the opposite. I could argue the pro filters and against somebody who was anti filters. It goes back and forth. Everybody has a point to be made. A little bit has changed over the years. Like a lot of lenses now have UV coatings on them, so not as much need for the filters. But to have a filter on there, you're protecting the end of your lens. If I'm at a wedding and I bump into a wall or something, I'm going to break the filter and not my lens, which is really nice. And a lot of people say just use a lens hood. That'll protect it if you hit something, and that's true in some cases it will. The test I didn't see a huge difference. It could have been the lens I was shooting with wasn't a $5,000 lens. It could have been the subject I was shooting. It could have been many things. But I mean, it's just a filter, and I'm not going to today say, yes, you need a UV filter, or no, absolutely not. Don't ever buy a UV filter. I'm not prepared to say that today. It's not something I've studied that hard over the years. I've used them for years, and then I've gone long periods of time without using them. I don't see a real big difference. So I always thought of them as more of just protection for my lens than anything else. I do know the argument is out there, though, about the quality. So, but let's pull it out. There's not anything to a UV filter. It's just round. It just screws onto the end of your lens. UV for ultraviolet rays. So, and another thing about having these on the end of your lens is if you get a fingerprint, you don't feel so bad about just grabbing your shirt and doing that as you would if you were doing it directly to your lens glass. So there's arguments pro and con. I will be doing a more in-depth study of the filters while we are at the beach. I'll be using the ND filter very often, but the UV I'll be checking out. We'll do some tests and just see what I can see from them. I don't even have a $5,000 lens to test, so we won't have a $5,000 lens test with a 20 piece of glass in front of it, but we do have plenty of lenses we will be testing. If you guys use UV filters, let me know why you use them, and let me know why you like them. If you don't like them, let me know why you don't like them and why you won't use them. It's an argument I can see both ways, and I'm not 100% sold either direction yet. So I could be swayed very easily to put it on all the time. I could be swayed very easily to never put them on again. So I shot some pictures for this very video so we could take a look at them. So let's take a look at those pictures now and see what we think. And those are the pictures, guys. Nothing special about those pictures. I just thought I would shoot a few shots with the filters and without the filters. I don't see a huge difference. I don't see a huge color shift. Maybe it's those pictures. It could be many factors. There's a lot of stuff goes into this. So with that said, I'm more interested right now to know where you guys stand on filters. Are you pro filters, UV filters to be specific, or are you anti-UV filters to be specific? Let me know why down at the bottom. Anyway, until I do a little more research, I won't have a definite opinion. So anyway, guys, I just like to be honest with you guys, let you know what's going on. And next time I see you guys, we will probably be on our trip doing pictures. There may be a few more videos come out before we actually get to the trip videos, but we are headed to the beach to shoot pictures for the channel and do some comparison with some lens and some lights and all kinds of neat stuff. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Let me know where you guys stand on the UV filters. If you have any questions, let me know. For helping you out, leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great day. Thank you.